Hey y'all, I'm Pam with 44 Marketplace. And if today's your first visit to my channel, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. Please take a minute to subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. And keep in mind, I try to put a material list in the comments below each one of the videos. If I missed something, please let me know. Okay, let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to put copper on Leo the lion. He is going to look like an aged copper piece sitting outside the store. And that's what I wanted to show you guys. We're going to start off with a base coat. Leo is a concrete statue. So because he is concrete, he is porous. So to be frugal and to take care of Leo, I am actually coating Leo in a coat of Dixie Belle Pine Cone, which is one of my favorite colors to use as a base coat. Not only does it mimic rust, it is just the bomb diggity. Now, another one that you could use for Leo's base coat, you could use Dixie Belle's Mermaid Tail because it mimics the patina. So it would be a great one to use as a base coat. What you want to do though, you just want to put a base coat on anything that's porous, because if you put a base coat on anything that's porous, it seals it up. That way you don't use as much of the more expensive paint, because Dixie Belle's Patina paint, because of the type paint it is and it has metal in it, is going to be a little more expensive. And right now all I want to do is seal up the pores of this. Now I know a lot of people are going to ask me if I'm going to seal up Leo as far as once we get our patina on there, and I will not. I have a couple of concrete statues out front that I rusted, and I never sealed those, and they are just fabulous. I mean, they are just beautiful out front, and they just keep getting more so here in the Georgia heat and in the, the humidity and all that. They are just amazing. I had somebody send me a message about my lift cart. This is a lift cart from Harbor Freight that holds 1,000 pounds, and the ladies who just finished boot camp would attest. This thing is a lifesaver because it saves your back. You put your piece on here and then you can raise it and lower it as need be. In fact, I'm going to lower Leo down just a hair so that we can get the top of his head sealed up really well. And Leo, while kind of small, is quite heavy. So this is a great way for me to move Leo around and make it so that I don't have to bend over to paint Leo. And I don't think a lot of people realize that concrete statues can be rusted, patinaed. I mean, it's a great way to enhance the way that they look. And I know a lot of people will say, well, yeah, but how long is it going to last? I got a couple of concrete statues that I rusted. They've been out in front of the store. The ones that didn't sell, I have two that didn't sell, and they're really more for decoration anyway. They've been out there for over 3 years, so they look fabulous sitting out front. One is a little girl and one is a little boy, and they are not quite as big as Leo, but you'll see when we finish up Leo how cute Leo looks as a copper patina piece. I did have some little girls that hold birdseed that are like from the Garden of Good and Evil. And I did those in the copper patina, and they just did so well that everybody wanted to take them home. So I don't have any more of those little girls. So I've got to get a few more of those and get the patina on them. Because while they're cute as concrete statues, they're super cute once you put the copper patina on them. And now, like I say, you're not trying to paint this. You just want to get a good coat on here to seal up the porous of the concrete. And I gotta tell you, the face on this Leo lion is so cute. You gotta love him. All right, another thing I wanted to chit chat with you guys, take a minute and look at the pictures of what my ladies did in their boot camp this week, because I gotta tell you, they really did a great job. I mean, a really great job. And as of right now, I think I only have 2 spots left in my February boot camp, 2 of 5. 3 of the spots are already taken. And I don't know how many boot camps I'm going to have next year because of the Belle and Bow Tour.
And if you guys haven't gotten your tickets for the Belle and Bow Tour, you might want to think about that too, because we're having a stop in Edison, New Jersey on November the 3rd. And we're going to be close to me in January the 18th. We're going to be at the Georgia International Horse Park. And those of you guys who have been there know what a great facility it is. We're going to have different classes in Georgia than we have in Edison. We've already posted all of the projects for Edison. Don't you think Leo is just very handsome? Isn't he very, very cute and handsome? I just love Leo the lion. And that's what I thought. I would love Leo even more if Leo was not concrete. I want Leo to be just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful copper patina. If you guys have seen my counter in my store, you know that I love some copper patina. Me and my girl Cindy did our counters several years ago now. And everybody loves the countertops because they look like aged patina. And like I say, we are going to have Leo be copper, but you know, wouldn't he be beautiful just like this and do a little bit of highlighting and low lighting and everything? I just love my little Leo. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me through these 30 days of live. We're a little over halfway finished and we're having fun with it. And we painted fabric in boot camp yesterday, and I think a lot of people have questions about painting fabric. So that's going to be part of my 30 days of live, is going to be painting some fabric for you guys and explaining how to do that. We've already done a few days of spraying, so if anybody still has questions on spraying, we can go back over that before our 30 days is over. I've got a couple of pieces that I want us to get finished. We're going to kind of touch on cabinets again because that's probably my most asked question since I do so many kitchen cabinets. And if you guys don't follow me on YouTube, please take a quick minute and do that. See how handsome Leo looks? Let me lift him back up so you guys can see how handsome. And when you have these lift carts, all you have to do is press the little thing and up Leo goes, even though he's probably kind of almost as heavy as I am. So do you guys like copper patina or bronze patina or rust better? If you have looked at the pictures of what we did in boot camp, she wanted one of the chests to look like it had been at the bottom of the ocean for 100 years. And if you saw the chest, you saw we did it. We did transfers, we did raised stencils, we did stains, we did voodoo gel stain, we did glazes, we did wax, we did Dixie dirt. We did, oh my goodness, we did just about everything you can think of in this boot camp. Because when you guys come to boot camp with me for 3 days, we do everything that you want to, and you get to learn from everybody else. Because I don't allow but just a few people in boot camp at each one, so that not only does everybody get to interact with me, but everybody gets to interact and learn from each other. And this was the first boot camp that I've had that I had no retailers. All of these ladies were just painters, you know? And we had the best time. We did metallics. I don't know if you guys saw the metallic pieces that we did, but we did 2 of the same nightstands. Oh my gosh, they turned out so well. We did a little bit of texture on several things. So it was definitely amazeballs. If you guys know somebody that likes to do something creative, be sure and pass this video along, and maybe they'll like Leo as much as I do. And now when you clean up concrete or bricks or something like that, if you're going to do a color wash on bricks, you just want to make sure you brush over everything well, because a lot of times I don't ever put bleach on mine when I'm cleaning them. I like to just brush them really, really well, dust them off, vacuum them off, that kind of thing. You just want to get them all cleaned up. If there's any mold or anything, mildew, algae, you want to make sure and clean your piece really well, because whatever you put this paint on, it is going to stick to. And that's part of the reason we're sealing up this little porous little lion here. Because if you seal him up, then when we put our patina paint on, we're putting that paint over our base coat that we created. And like I say, you know, this kind of looks like the right color for Leo the lion, don't you think? He's just so cute. And if you guys know me, I have big giant dogs, so Leo seems kind of small to me. I have big babies. I have mastiffs. I have 2 English mastiffs and a Neapolitan mastiff, and I also have a pit. His name is Jasper, and he is a magnificent chewer. Jasper would chew just about anything that he could. He is one of those that idle hands are the devil's workplace, because Jasper, if he gets quiet and still, you know he's chewing something up. He's a mess. We rescued Jasper out of Charleston. Jasper was at a shelter up in Charleston, and they were going to send Jasper to the afterlife. So my daughter rescued him, and he got to come live with us because I love me some babies. So Jasper lives with us, and we have Isabel, and we have Amos, and we have Ridley Ann. And yes, I picked their names. I like me some Southern names. Now look at Leo. Doesn't he look great? And we haven't even gotten started good, because Leo is going to have copper patina all over him. Leo's going to look like a big giant metal sculpture that's been sitting out forever. And if you guys have ever tried Dixie Belle's patinas, you know that they work really, really, really well. And a lot of people don't realize that they work on just about everything. You can put them on fabric, metal, glass, concrete, which is what we're going to be using them on, furniture. I mean, it's just amazing what you can do. A lot of people don't realize you can rust and patina wood. It is just, sometimes you just have to step back and watch. It's too much fun. And if you haven't tried it, if you've got questions about patina, I am always here at 44 Marketplace. I'm usually the one that answers most of the questions. I do have a couple of friends who are also admins on the page, but typically if it's a paint question, you're gonna get me. If you want to specifically talk to me, look me up. I am on Facebook under my personal profile as well. And if you ask me there, I'm happy to answer there as well. All right, so we've got most of our base coat done. Still a few little areas, but I'm not going to keep you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Like I say, Leo the lion is going to dry. And once Leo dries, I'm going to go ahead and put the first coat of copper on here. And I may come back on either tonight or tomorrow so that you guys can see what he looks like with the first coat of copper. And then when we put our second coat of copper on is where we will go back in and we will add the patina solution. And our Copper Patina Paint works well with both the green and the blue solution. And if you follow me, you know that more is more. So I will be using both the green and the blue on my Leo the lion, because I would like for him to look very much patinaed. And I'm going to show you a few little sneaks that you can do if you don't get as much of the patina as you want. Send this video to him and let him see it. Okay, so this is my Leo, and we are going to put a coat. With Dixie Belle Patina Products, what you do is you put a coat of your Dixie Belle Patina Paint on your product, on your project, and then while your second coat is still wet, we're going to add our reactive solution. Like I say, we are going to use copper on Leo, but I'm probably also going to layer in some bronze, because if you follow me, you know more is more, right? So, and those of you who are following me have seen the kitchen that I've got going on, and you saw the vent hood that we layered in some copper and some bronze, and it is fabulous. And we are not going to use a reactive solution on there. It is not required that you use a reactive solution. All you have to do is use these products if you like the color. And the copper is so shimmery beautiful. You gotta love it. So it'll take me just a minute to do this, and then you'll get to see the magic. Now I do have to use a heat gun to make it bloom as quickly as I want it to for this video. So you guys will just have to listen to the noise. My heat gun that I have is not too loud. It's not as loud as a blow dryer, so it shouldn't be too bad for you. But if you don't like it, I'll let you know beforehand and you can cut your volume down. All right, you can see that my Leo is very shimmery, shiny, and I am probably also going to use some gilding wax after this dries because more is more, right? So we're gonna pass this along to your friends so that they can see my Leo because he is fabulous. And as you know, I have Mastiffs, so maybe that's why I love Leo so much. I love him outside the store, and I just decided I didn't like him being so plain, concrete. And he is heavy as stone. So, there we go. You can see we're putting it on. And don't be stingy with the paint. Don't be stingy with the paint and with the reactive solution. You'll see what I'm talking about. On my cabinets, do you brush to seal them? Actually, on the kitchen cabinets, I brush everything that's attached to the wall and I spray all of the doors and drawers. I put 2 coats of gator hide on after I put 2 coats of paint, or in some cases I put 3 coats of paint. And yes, I do brush that on the part that's attached to the wall. And I brush on 2 coats of gator hide. I put on my glaze and then I brush on another coat of gator hide. I like for my cabinets to be very, very, very durable. And I know a lot of people will tell you that chalk paint doesn't last on cabinets, but my customers would argue that point with them. My cabinets hold up very, very, very well. But everybody has to remember there's a difference between dry time and cure time. That plays into it with cabinets. All right, there's my Leo. He has his copper on him. And for the sake of argument, we're gonna add just a little bit of our bronze. I just want a little bit of bronze in his mane because I want it to be a little bit different. I know you guys didn't sign up for that, but we're gonna have just a little bit of bronze in his beautiful, beautiful mane, okay? I gotta get a little bit on the front. Sorry, I gotta get in front of you. But we want a little bit of bronze in here. Okay, now those of you who don't know, Dixie Belle's Metallics have a reactive solution that we're gonna spray on here. You don't have to spray it, you can brush it or whatever. I will tell you that Dixie Belle does recommend that you wear gloves when you use this and that you wear a mask. As you can see, I am not, but I'm also not spraying it in my face either, so there's that. All right, this is Dixie Belle's green spray. It comes in a bottle like this, but I want my green spray to be a finer mist than a spray. So I am going to give Leo a little spritz here and there. I want him to have an all over aged copper, sorry about that, aged copper feel. And you'll notice while I'm spraying it, I step back and we're gonna add some blue to my Leo. I am going to put a little bit more on his mane because I really want it to have a little bit darker tone than the rest of him, okay? And I am going for a very aged patina, so you'll see what I'm talking about as this blooms. All right, we're going to heat it up because the key to a great reaction is heat and humidity. By spraying it, you have added heat, and humidity, and we're about to add some heat. And I want you guys to see how quickly this happens. Can you see it? And see, my heat gun isn't so loud. Look at that. Can you guys see how beautiful he is getting? And keep in mind, this reacts for up to 6 hours. So just because it starts drying does not mean that I can't add more to this. Look at my Leo. Isn't he beautiful? Oh, we unplugged ourselves. Sorry about that. Look how pretty Leo's getting. And you don't have to use a heat gun. Just know that I am trying to speed up this reaction time for you guys so I don't keep you all of your Saturday night. Typically here, I just sit it out in front of the store and let it take its course, because with the Georgia heat and humidity that we still have, even though it's almost October, it reacts quite quickly. If you guys saw the pictures from boot camp, you got to see how beautifully it reacted with our chest that we made to look like it had been under the sea for 100 years. Look how pretty Leo's getting. Isn't he getting gorgeous? All right, so now I want a little bit more on Leo's face and mouth and in his chest in here. Isn't he getting pretty? You would never know he's a concrete statue, huh? I just love doing this. My husband and I were talking today. You know, I would rust just about everything if I could. I love rust. I've always been a rust fan. I like all things old. I like for them to be rusty and dusty, and I like old styles. I just love it all. Can you guys see how beautiful he's getting? Okay, now you are going to see, hang on. This is not the greatest plug. Can you guys tell the difference where I heat it up and where I don't? A lot of people say that they don't get a good reaction with the Patina products sometimes, and typically there is cooler weather, or sometimes too much humidity will give you that. We're going to put a little bit on his face. All right, look at Leo. So if you guys have not tried Dixie Belle's Patina products, I just want you to see how easy it is. All I've done with this is just put a little bit of the Dixie Belle. Now the main has Dixie Belle Bronze and Copper Patina, but the rest of the baby has just Dixie Belle Copper. And the main only has a little bit of the Bronze Patina. And you can always brush your patina, your reactive solution on. You don't have to spray it on. I love it when it starts drying and it gives me the white powdery look. It's fantastic. Now, a lot of people ask me, do I have to use a heat gun? You do not. You can sit it out in the sunshine and the humidity, especially if you live in the South. It's a great thing to do. You can also use a blow dryer, but keep in mind a heat gun has a lot more heat than air, and a blow dryer has a lot more air than heat. So if you're trying to speed up the reaction time, a heat gun is the way to go. Don't hold it too close for too long, because if you do, you can bubble the finish. So just so you know that. Now if you were to get too much of your patina on there, you're welcome to brush some of your patina paint back over your lion. You can also use Dixie Belle's gilding wax to enhance what you're doing, because Dixie Belle's gilding wax, their green patina, looks beautiful over the Dixie Belle Patina paints. And it helps to enhance the areas that maybe you don't get as much patina as you want, because either your solution runs off, or maybe it's just not what you want. Another thing that I like to do is use Dixie Belle's black gilding wax to give it some dark places. It looks gorgeous with this. Now this will be set outside my shop with no top coat whatsoever, because I want it to continue to react. And don't you think that Leo looks a lot prettier now than he did just as a concrete statue? Did everybody see how pretty he looked before, but now he just looks gorgeous, doesn't he? And as this dries, can you see the powdery? It looks beautiful. And like I say, now this will continue to react for up to 6 hours. So you guys can see how great Leo looks. I'm going to do his face, and then I'm going to put you up here so you can see how great his face looks. Because what happens is your reactive solution kind of settles into creases and crevices. And some of you may want less reactive solution than I do. I like for him to be very, very reactive. And I can always tone it down some if there's too much. But I would rather go ahead and get my reaction than not get it. Because it is just the bomb diggity. All right. So I'm going to spin Leo around so you guys can see him up close. Now, can't you see all of these beautiful details that Leo has? And he will continue to dry. And as he continues to dry, he will continue to get prettier and prettier and prettier. We just love patina here. All right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed my little demo, because I wanted you to see how great the patina works. And I will be sure and post a finished picture of my Leo when you guys get a chance, peek at it, because it'll take him a little while to finish drying, and then you know me, more is more. I'll have to tamper with him a little bit more, but I do want you